All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my new interview series called Hui with Jin. So, Hui in Hawaiian means partnership. And I wanted to do this because there's lots of people that I think are amazing and important. And I'm actually starting with one of the people who I actually partner with, which is perfect. But also because yoga means union. And sometimes we say that means union of body, mind, and spirit. But I take it a little further to say not only is it body, mind, and spirit within ourselves, but it's also union with each other and union with the world around us. And so I'm wanting to highlight that and sort of feature people that I like partnering with or just that I think are awesome. And so we're starting here with Dr. Jess Norris.
Hi, I'm honored. Thank you for this opportunity.
Yeah. So
also, my hair's looking good.
Yeah.
Hair's looking good. Just got some lomi.
I was gonna say she just said a lomi, so you can excuse her hair. So, Dr. Jess and I, full disclosure, are working together on workshops and things, and so some of you guys may have already seen us Facebook Live. But for
no, we're actually in the same room this time. That's
nice. It's different. Good. Yeah. So, but for the sake of completeness and wholeness and what I'm doing in these interviews, I would just like for you to tell us a little bit about what you do.
Oh, I would love that. I'm a stress management scientist. I work with my clients to find holistic ways that are safe and effective to manage your stress, mitigate your physical and mental health symptoms that are a result of stress. We talk about how stress affects the body, how it affects the mind, and then we incorporate ways to mitigate your stress, manage it. And so I can't make the stressful things go away, but I can help you get through it. And it's all in this bigger picture for better health and wellness. I have a PhD in chemistry from the University of Virginia, go Hoos, and I use that and my own health journey to kind of help my clients become healthier and happier people.
Yeah, awesome.
That's what I do.
Yeah, and you also make things.
I make beautiful things.
Yes.
I make oil blends, aromatherapy bracelets. I do a lot of wholesale to stores up and down the East Coast and trying to branch out into other stores in the United States. But again, I started with a retail line and it kind of exploded into a movement towards better health and wellness. So I'm quite proud of that.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. And I'm happy to be working with you. We have a great collaboration and that's good.
So you'll see more of Jess aside from the Hui with Jen videos. You'll see her a lot. You probably already know this, but one of the things that I'm trying to emphasize in these videos is that yoga is about more than just doing fancy poses.
Yes.
And so you've been around me a bunch, so it's probably a trick question, but maybe before we get to that, just tell me your thoughts and your idea about yoga. Like, have you ever done it? What do you think?
I have done it. I started in college. I dabbled in it in college, and I'll tell you, for me, it was completely ineffective, and I'll tell you why. You're in a room with a bunch of sweaty people, and yoga was super popular, super trendy even back then. And so the yoga classes were incredibly crowded. You'd end up inevitably with someone's butt in your face during a downward dog. And I just didn't get anything out of it. Then I took a smaller class.
Those classes were specifically physical.
Yes,
right? Yeah.
Specifically physical. Didn't get anything out of it other than sweaty. Yeah. And I just didn't enjoy it. And so I took a smaller class that had a spiritual component to it. That was better, but I did fall asleep during it. So I guess it was effective.
My meditation teacher, she says, if you fall asleep, it's okay.
It's okay. And so for me, I think it's important to find a yoga class, in my experience, that's right for you.
Yeah.
It is not, just going into a general yoga class in a gym isn't for everyone.
Yeah.
And I think there's a misconception about that,
right.
that is the only type of yoga, and
exactly.
it is not.
Exactly. And that leads us to why I teach the way I teach. So I teach mostly privately, and I teach private groups. And I teach that way because then I get to know the people, and I get to know what they need. Because not everyone needs to go in a room and sweat and have somebody's butt in your face and downward dog. some people like that, but most people don't need that.
No.
And yoga is such a big practice that if you're actually communicating with your students and you see them consistently, then you can figure out what exactly they need from yoga and how to make yoga help them. And so, yeah, your experience is exactly why I teach the way I teach. So, wonderful. But yeah, so like we were saying, there is more to yoga than just the physical. And so a lot of times we've gone to classes where you are just sweating, the teacher's calling out poses. A lot of times, even within the physical, the teacher isn't even giving alignment. They're just, sometimes I call it the performance teacher. They're just in the front of the room and you're calling poses and doing the poses and you're meant to follow them and they don't even actually look at you. But there's a lot more to the practice of yoga. So Jess and I, when we do our workshops, we teach mindfulness and meditation. And a lot of times people say yoga, mindfulness, and meditation. If you want to be real about it, you can just say yoga, because the mindfulness and the meditation are parts of yoga, parts of the whole practice. The other things that are included, even before you get to the physical poses, are things like be loving and kind to each other, and be honest, and stuff like that. And so it really is this practice that you can do off the mat that helps you connect with people around you and also helps you feel better in yourself. And so,
I think that's why we've paired up so well together, is because if you think about it, if the stress is holding you back from being kind, from doing good things and just being a good person in general, and it can consume you, and you're not taking those initial steps towards your wellness. It all ties in together. And I think that's what makes this particular collaboration work.
Yeah, definitely.
That was just so darn cute.
I know. And we're like the same height, which is like perfect. Anyway, all that to be said, now I'm going to have us do a physical pose, just because this is
10 feet of wellness right here.
Yes, our 10 feet of wellness are going to do a yoga pose. So
5 feet each, get it.
Let's see what we want to do. I'm going to have to back the camera up.
All right.
So, stand up in the corner for me. Sweet. Okay. Alright,
So this is going to say, you want me to do what?
so I say we try tree pose together.
Okay.
But we both have socks, so maybe it's not going to work. So here's what we're going to do. You're going to pick up your left foot. I'm going to pick up my right foot. We're going to go like this. Yep.
Nope.
Actually, let's switch sides.
Yes. Probably the best.
Okay.
All right. 1,
Yep.
2.
And then let's see if we can put our arms up and hold it. And smile. Awesome. Thanks.
Oh, this is great.
Cool.
I'm going to do this again. This is good.